Hello children. In this lecture we will discuss what is oxidation number or oxidation state, and the second thing, how to calculate oxidation state or oxidation number of a particular atom in the given compound. So we will discuss some rules or points regarding this also. So the first, we are going to start from oxidation number or oxidation state. Okay, so according to the first line, redox reactions involve the transfer of electrons. We all know that in redox reactions, transfer of electrons is taking place. In an ionic reaction, it is easy to calculate the number of electrons lost or gained. You all know that ionic compounds are formed due to complete transfer of electrons. So the reactions in which ions are taking part, we can calculate the number of change in electrons very easily. Okay students, because ions are formed due to complete transfer of electrons. But many redox reactions involve covalent compounds. And in such redox reactions, it is difficult to determine number of electrons transferred and species is losing or gaining the electrons. Okay students, why this is not possible or little bit hard? Because in covalent compounds, the sharing of electron is taking place. So we will not able to calculate the complete transfer of electrons from one atom to another atom or in between the related units. Okay students, for example, in this reaction H2O2 are forming H2O. So we all know that H2O is a covalent compound, and this hydrogen and oxygen are sharing their electrons to form this bond, and oxygen and hydrogen are sharing electrons to form this particular bond. Okay, so there is no any complete transfer of electrons between these atoms. So what is the oxidation state of hydrogen or oxygen, or this hydrogen is here, is very uneasy to find out or to calculate. Okay students, so to overcome this problem, what we assume that in the formation of H2O molecule, H atom is oxidized and oxygen atom is reduced. How it is possible? Because you know that oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen. So it will be partially negative here, and this hydrogen will be partially positive here. So this charge separation is known as electron shift. And this electron shift is taking place due to their difference in electronegativity. Okay students, so what we assume, that the atom which is carrying partial negative charge is having complete transfer of electrons towards itself, and which is having partial negative charge is having complete transfer of electrons from away to it. Okay students, so in this way we can say that the electron is transferred from H to O, and in this case also electron is transferred from H to O. So in such conditions, the oxidation state of this H will become +1, and this oxygen will be -2, and this hydrogen will be again +1. So +1, and due to these two +1 oxidation state, the oxidation state of this oxygen will be -2. Okay, students. So on this basis, on the basis of partial shift of electrons, what we are going to assume? We are going to assume that there is a complete transfer of electron from a less electronegative atom to a more electronegative atom. And on this basis, we can give a first definition of oxidation reduction, according to which oxidation number of an element is equal to the number of electrons lost or gained when its one atom comes in the combined state from its native state. Okay, so atom comes in the combined state from its native state. So in this change, the number of electrons which are transferred are known as oxidation state or oxidation number of that particular atom. Okay, students. Then according to second definition of oxidation reduction, according to this definition, oxidation number of an atom is equal to the units of real or imaginary charges present on the atom in a molecule or ion, which is calculated on the basis of the rule that electron in a covalent bond belongs entirely to more electronegative atom. Okay, so in this definition also, what we are going to assume? We are going to assume that the electron in a covalent bond belongs entirely to more electronegative atom. Okay, students. And the last statement is oxidation number is also called oxidation state. So oxidation number and oxidation state. As we started here, these two different terms but are used for the same purpose. Okay, so what is oxidation number? Oxidation numbers are the numbers which shows loss or gain of electrons, and state is the state of the chemical unit which is formed due to transfer of electrons. Okay, students. So oxidation number are the numbers with the help of which we show that how much number of electrons are transferred, it is gained or lost, and the state formed after the gain or loss of electron is known as oxidation state. So these two terms are actually different but are used for the same purpose. And this we can I can explain you with the help of one example. So let oxidation state, suppose Fe here, and this is a free atom. So any free atom is having oxidation state as 0. So what is the oxidation state of Fe here? It's 0. And what is the oxidation number of Fe here is 0. Okay, students. So both the terms we are using for same purpose. Oxidation state is 0, oxidation number is 0. Another example, SO4 2-. So this is an ion, and the oxidation state of ion equals to the number of charge carried by that particular ion. So the oxidation state of this sulfate ion will be -2. So what is the oxidation number of sulfate? Is -2. What is the oxidation state of sulfate ion? Is -2. Okay, students. Now after this, we will first discuss the rules for assigning oxidation number, and then we will discuss number of examples, and after that you will able to understand all the terms and detail we are just studying here or discussing here. So rules for assigning oxidation number. Okay, students. So rules in different books, they are divided in different ways. So some books are having total 8 points, some are having 7 points, some are made that 8 or 7 point in 12 or 13 points. Okay, students. So the first point here which is given, in a molecule or ion. Now, first I want to tell you that what we are going to do after discussion of these rules to assign oxidation state. Okay, so let H2SO4, it is a compound or molecule. So what is the oxidation number of sulfur here, or oxidation state of hydrogen here, or what is the oxidation number of oxygen here? Okay, so these questions, such type of questions, we will able to answer after the discussion of these points. Okay, so we will able to calculate the oxidation state of a particular unknown atom in the given chemical unit with the help of these rules. Okay, so this is the most important discussion of this chapter. So according to this first point, rules for assigning oxidation. First point, in a molecule or ion, the shared electrons are counted towards the more electronegative atom. So always keep in your mind that the shared electrons will always belongs to more electronegative atom. Okay, so the units of positive or negative charge produced is equal to the oxidation number of the atom. Okay, students. So the number of charges, positive or negative, which are carried by particular atom in that particular chemical unit will be equals to the oxidation number or oxidation state of that particular atom. Shared electrons are not distributed between the atoms of same element, such as H2O2, P4, acid, etc. Okay, students. So shared pair of electrons only can be given to more electronegative atom. Okay, so the related atom should be polar covalent compound. So in polar covalent compound, the shared pair of electron will be given to a related more electronegative atom, and in that condition, the related other atom will carry positive charge and it will have positive oxidation state. For example, HCl. So in this compound, you all know that Cl is more electronegative than hydrogen. So this pair of electron will belongs to the Cl only. Okay, students, Cl only. So oxidation state of Cl will be -1 here, and against to this -1, the oxidation state of hydrogen will be +1. It means that hydrogen has lost 1 electron and this chlorine has gained 1 electron. Okay, students. So this is a covalent bond, but the nature of covalent bond is polar covalent bond. So in polar covalent compounds, the shared pair of electron will belongs to more electronegative atom. But if the molecule is having atoms of same element as Cl and Cl, so because these two belongs to same element, so the electronegativity difference of these two will be 0. So we cannot assign a negative sign to any of this, and against to this we cannot assign positive sign also to second one. That is why the oxidation state of Cl will be 0 and this Cl will be also 0. So overall molecule Cl2 oxidation state will be 0. Okay, students. So these all such molecules which are made up of same type of atoms will have oxidation state or oxidation number equals to 0. The second point, the oxidation number of an element in free state or uncombined state is always 0. So any atom in free state means hydrogen alone or oxygen alone, any atom, magnesium alone, this. So oxidation state of such atoms will be equals to 0. Or the of molecules which are formed same type of atoms. So such molecules are known as isoatomic molecules. So oxidation state of isoatomic molecules will be equals to 0. So atoms in free state and isoatomic molecules, oxidation state or oxidation number will be equals to 0. Third point, the oxidation number of ions containing only one type of atom is equal to the charge of the ion. Okay, so any ion like Fe2 plus, Fe plus 2. So this is ferrous ion plus 2. So the oxidation state of this ferrous ion will be equals to plus 2. Okay students, so this ferrous ion and the oxidation state will be the number of charges carried by this ion. Okay students, same way O2 minus, so the oxidation state of O here will be minus 2. O2 minus, O is carrying 2 minus charge, so oxidation state or oxidation number will be minus 2. N is carrying 3 minus charges, so oxidation state of N will be minus 3. Okay students, one thing more here you have to keep in your mind that the number are shown after the particular sign in the case of oxidation state, and the number are shown before the sign in the case of valency or number of electrons lost or gained. Okay, so what is the valency of oxygen here? It is 2 minus. And what is the oxidation state of oxygen here? It is minus 2. Okay, so what is the valency of this ferrous ion here? It is 2 plus. And what is the oxidation state of this ferrous ion here? It is plus 2. So in oxidation state, first you will write type of sign, then number, and in valency, number of sign and then type of sign. This is the difference. The next point is, if two or more atoms of an element are present in the molecule ion, such as this and this, the oxidation number of the atom of that element is the average of the oxidation number of all such atoms of the element. So oxidation state of such units which are made up of more than one different type of atoms. So in such units, the oxidation state of this whole unit will be average of the oxidation state of atoms which are present here, and same way which are present here. Okay, so if Cr2O7 chromium Cr2O7 dichromate ion, Cr2O7 2 minus dichromate ion, so this ion Cr2O7 2 minus, so oxidation state of this ion is minus 2, and this oxidation state or oxidation number is actually average of oxidation state of chromium and oxygen which are present here, minus 2. So you can say in short that oxidation state of any ion will be equals to the number of charges which are present with that particular ion. Okay students, now we are moving to next page. And according to point number 6, and this is the most important point, this is related with oxygen. So generally oxidation state of oxygen in compound is -2. Oxidation state in compound is -2, but there are few exceptions also for the oxidation state of oxygen. And the first exception is that in peroxides, oxidation state of oxygen will be -1. Okay, students. In superoxides, oxidation state of oxygen will be -1/2. Okay, because you all know that what is the formula of superoxide ion? Superoxide ion is O2 1 minus. This ion is known as superoxide ion. Okay, students. So potassium superoxide formula will be KO2. Okay, so in this oxidation state of this O will be, oxygen will be -1/2. Now how this -1/2 will come? This I will tell you in later after completing all these points. Okay, students, then you will able to understand easily. So just keep in mind these all points, then we are going to discuss some examples also. The next exception is that oxidation number of oxygen in difluoride and in dioxygen difluoride is +2 and +1 respectively. Okay, now here oxidation state of oxygen with positive sign. Why? Because you all know that fluorine is the most electronegative element of the periodic table and oxygen is next one. So if fluorine is present with oxygen, it means oxygen will always carry positive charge against fluorine, because fluorine without any doubt will be -1 oxidation state always, everywhere, without any exception, because it is most electronegative element. So its oxidation state is everywhere, in all type of compounds it's fixed, and it always will be equals to -1. So fluorine without any doubt will be equals to -1 everywhere without any exception. Okay, students. Now next point, 7th point, oxidation number of hydrogen is compound is +1. Okay, but in metal hydrides, hydrogen is showing plus, in metal hydride hydrogen is showing -1 oxidation state. So generally in compounds its oxidation state is +1, but in compounds with metal hydrogen is showing -1 oxidation state. Why? Because hydrogen is a dual natured compound. Okay, students, so that is why it is kept with elements of first group and also with elements of 17th group. So it is having a little bit electronegative nature also, and you all know that metals are electropositive in nature. So in compounds with metals, hydrogen is going to show its electronegative nature, and that is why its oxidation state will be -1. Now 8th point, oxidation number of fluorine in its compound is always -1. This I told you already. But in the compounds where fluorine is present, the other halogen may have -1 and positive values also. Okay, so fluorine is a halogen and it is always -1, but other halogens, fluorine, after fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine is present, so they can show positive oxidation states also. Okay, depending upon the condition of the molecule. And for example, in interhalogen compounds, which type of compounds? Interhalogen compounds. Interhalogen compounds are the compounds of halogen, one halogen with another halogen. For example, ClF, chlorofluoride. So in this compound, fluorine will be -1, and against to this -1, oxidation state of chlorine will be +1. Okay, students. Same way here also, chlorine is in first compound, hypochlorous acid, showing +1 oxidation state in this HClO3 +5 and a last +7 respectively. Okay students, so fluorine will always -1 and rest halogens can vary their oxidation state according to the type of particular compound. In neutral molecules, the algebraic sum of the oxidation of all the atoms is 0. So any molecule in potassium dichromate, the algebraic sum of the total atoms of this molecule will be equals to 0. Same way for KMnO4 only also algebraic sum will be equals to 0. Okay students. In polyatomic ions, the algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms is equal to the charge of the ion. This thing I have already told you. Okay, so algebraic sum of phosphate ion will be equals to -3. Okay students, 11th point. In the compounds containing non-metals, the more electronegative element is given negative oxidation number, whereas the less electronegative element is given positive oxidation number. Okay, for example, in NH3, hydrogen with +1 and nitrogen with -3. Okay students, metals generally always have positive oxidation number, whereas non-metals may have positive as well as negative oxidation state. Okay, so in the case of non-metal, if one non-metal is present with more electronegative non-metal, so in such condition this less electronegative non-metal will start to show positive oxidation state and the more electronegative will show negative oxidation state. Then the highest positive oxidation number for p block elements is equal to group number -10. Highest positive oxidation number for p block elements is equal to group number -10. Means if you want to know what is the highest positive oxidation number for 15th group elements, so what you will do, you will do group number -10. So 15 -10 equals to 5. So this will be the highest positive oxidation number value for 15 group elements. The highest negative oxidation number for p block elements is equal to the number of valence electrons. Valence electrons means electrons of outermost shell, -8. Okay, so suppose you want to calculate negative oxidation state of 17th group elements. So 17th group elements are having 7 electrons in outermost shell, -8 equals to -1. Then next point, the transition elements display several positive oxidation numbers. Okay, because they can lose a variety number of electrons on the basis of type of reactions which are taking part, or you can say on the basis of type of compound they are going to form. The highest positive oxidation state shown by element in their compounds generally increases across a period. So oxidation, positive oxidation increases across the period from left to right. Okay students, so these are the some points on the basis of which we are going to calculate oxidation state of a particular atom in a given compound or molecule. Now we are going to take some examples to calculate oxidation state. Okay students, so first point, first example, we are going to take of H2SO4, most common compound, H2SO4. So according to points we have discussed right now, you all know that oxidation state of the hydrogen in the compounds is +1. Now total number of atoms of hydrogen here 2 plus, we are going to calculate here oxidation state of sulfur. So let oxidation state of sulfur is X. plus O oxygen, oxygen state is -2, 4 atoms of oxygen multiplied by 4. And according to a point that algebraic addition of a neutral unit, algebraic addition of the oxidation state of the atoms in a neutral unit equals to 0. So in this way we made this equation. Now 2 plus x minus 8 equals to 0, means 2 plus x equals to 8, means x is going to 8 minus 2 equals to plus 6. So this plus 6 is oxidation state of sulfur here. So always keep in your mind that we show this oxidation state above to particular atom towards right hand side with the sign plus 6. Okay students, next example, Cr2O7 2 minus. This is dichromate ion and we want to calculate oxidation state of chromium. Okay, so chromium, oxidation state of chromium, let the oxidation state of chromium is X, because 2 atoms of chromium are present here, so it will be 2x. Then plus oxidation state of oxygen is -2 in compounds. Total 7 atoms are there, multiplied by 7 equals to the algebraic addition of the different atoms present in an ion is equals to the charge carried by that atom. So means we are going after the sign -2. So 2x, 7 2s are -14 equals to -2, means 2x will be equals to -2 plus 14. 2x equals to 12. So x will be equals to 12 divided by 2 equals to 6 plus 6. So what is the oxidation state of chromium here? It is plus 6. Okay students. Now for superoxide KO2, this is superoxide, potassium superoxide, and we all know that oxidation state of the elements of first group in their compounds is equals to +1. First group elements are having oxidation state +1 in their compounds. Hydrogen is exceptionally showing +1 and -1 both. So as I told you earlier that when hydrogen reacts with metal or present with metal, it shows its minus nature, negative nature, and when it is present with some other non-metals, then it shows its positive nature. So with non-metals, oxidation state of hydrogen will be +1, and with metals it will be -1. Okay students, so first group elements are having +1 oxidation state in their compounds. Potassium also belongs to first group, so oxidation state of potassium will be +1, plus we are going to calculate oxidation state of oxygen here. So let it is X, because 2 atoms of oxygen are present, so it is 2x, and whole will be equals to 0. So it means 2x equals to -1, or x equals to -1 by 2. Okay students, so in superoxides, oxidation state of oxygen is -1 by 2. Okay students, now next we are going to calculate oxidation state of iron here. So this potassium belongs to first group, Oxidation state of potassium is +1 multiplied by 4 plus iron, let X, plus cyanide is an ion, negative ion, single negative charge carrying ion. So -1 and 6 cyanide ions are present, multiplied by 6, and this is the neutral molecule, so it will be equals to 0. Now 4 plus X minus 6 equals to 0. So X will be equals to 6 minus 4 equals to +2. So iron is present here in ferrous state. Ferrous state. So oxidation state of iron is here +2. Okay, students. So in this way, you are going to calculate oxidation state of different atoms in a particular given unit. Okay, students. Some more example we will take in our next lecture related to oxidation number. Thank you.